now. Well, we've been phantom recording.
You thought we were recording all that time, huh?
I thought we were recording, and apparently we were not. We have to make this look organic and repeat what we just said. All right, so hi, Joanne, how are you?
Beautiful day in Colorado.
Today I thought we would just pull a card right off the bat and then use that as our discussion topic. So today, Cheryl Lee Harnish did a deck, Return of the Spirit. And we've used this maybe once or twice, probably about a year or so ago. And this is her own fractal art that she does. And I'm a big fan of fractal art, as some people know.
Yeah, you could make your own deck.
It may or may not be in progress.
Ah, yay.
And then we can use my deck on here, right?
Yes, yes. I want one with my name. Aren't you sorry you brought up your own fractal art?
Yes.
But it is gorgeous.
Joanne,
there's one right behind you, in fact, right?
Yeah, that's one of my pieces behind me.
Yep.
Joanne, you, when my deck comes out and my guidebook, your name will be in print in the guidebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. That's really fun.
All right, so what do we need to know today for our highest good?
Well, yeah, that's a good place to go.
You were gonna answer the question.
No, I was trying to figure out what to put with it, but I think it's pretty good just like that.
No, I thought you were going to answer the question, like, who needs an oracle deck? Joanne is the living oracle.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. Just know the answers. Just let them flow. Let them flow out your mouth.
Well, we do know all the answers, right? I mean, honestly, we have access to all that information.
That's right.
The deck of oracle cards helps me connect to spirit. What do we need to know for our highest good today? And I pulled prayers.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
It could be a spring bloom. A flower from the other side.
That's very cool. Okay, these are not numbered.
If it was, that would be a 5. Just thought you'd like to know.
So 5 is like change, and it's
accelerated change. Yep.
Oh, Lord. Come on. There we go. Prayers. You are being heard. Your guides and angels are acknowledging your prayers, thoughts, and communication with them. This is their way of affirming to you that your messages are getting through to them loud and clear. It is easy to feel as though you are not being heard at times, mainly because the communication feels as though it is only one way. This is exactly why the prayers card has come to you today. Every time you pray or talk to your guides and angels, you are opening up a direct line of communication with them. Although they cannot answer you in the form of words, they are sending you energetic and intuitive replies. Take time after your prayers to sit quietly. Feel your own energy and the energy within the room. you will start to find that you are becoming more sensitive to their presence and may also start to tune in to the divine messages they have for you. If you have not been speaking to your guides and angels, then this card has come to encourage you to do so. Relationships take effort on both sides, and they are wanting to build their relationship with you. Talking with spirit is a wonderful, okay, we're going to try that sentence again. Talking with spirit is a powerful way to feel supported, connected, and cared for, especially when we are feeling alone in our physical world. Usually, when this card appears, it is because you are much more able than most to hear the messages of spirit. Prayer is a powerful building block in strengthening your intuitive gifts. Begin looking for replies and answers to your prayers in your everyday world as well. Spirit is reaching out to communicate back to you now.
I love that. I love that because it is, especially right now when things are kind of still in a little bit of a flux. And I think a lot of people feel like they're on their own, they're by themselves, that they don't have a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
And it truly is just the opposite. When I do my soul readings, I create a new guide team or renew a guide team for somebody. The angels always say, we're bored. We are here for this person. We are here for you, but you need to ask us. We'll do anything. We're tired of not doing anything. So acknowledge the fact that there's angels. I see the signs, and I was going to speak to this, and then the card spoke to it itself, about signs when you're outdoors, when you're in your home, when you're listening to music, anytime. But I was walking yesterday, and I hadn't even asked for a sign, but my mind's always on what's going on, and this truck drives by and it says freedom, great big on the side of it. And I thought, what's that mean? And I thought, really, Joanne, really? And it took a minute to soak in, because sometimes you just get the most wonderful signs, and it's like they're so good that sometimes you bypass them.
Right.
So yeah, our prayers are powerful. Our speaking to someone outside of ourselves or within ourselves is powerful. Mm-hmm. And we are the power. We carry the power, and we've got all the assistance we need to own that.
Well, I have a lot to say.
I know. That's why I stopped.
Better take a swig of coffee.
Yeah, better be coffee.
Prayers has been, praying is a sticky wicket for me. Has been. It's not anymore. So growing up in a particular faith tradition, prayers were very important, very important. And as a child, I didn't really understand them, and they were very fear-based for me. If I didn't pray a certain way or a certain amount, I was going to hell. And prayers just became, it was very anxiety provoking, because it's like, oh crap, I didn't say my prayers, something bad's going to happen. And so there's this constant anxiety, fear, negative feedback loop to just get them out of the way. And there was no conscious awareness as I said them. They were just words I repeated. And while that at times can be powerful, like a mantra, without that conscious awareness, it just was wasted time and energy, And so, I went through that phase where then I discarded religion and all religions and God, and, it was like, so now this reiteration of me, I have learned to, for me, I don't use the word prayer. When I see it on a card like this or read it somewhere, it's intention. I substitute the word intention. Prayer for me in the past was always asking for something. It was, oh, I'm a sinner, do this for me. Help me to not be such a bad person. Help me, or I would pray for other people saying exactly what I wanted for them, like it was my will. So, and this is just my experience. I understand that other people don't pray that way. I understand that, people know how to pray in a way that works for them. And I don't think this about anybody other than myself. This is just my truth and experience. And so now for me, I love intention because I don't come from a place of lack. It's not a place of want. I intend to be the best Marianne I can be today. I intend to love everyone I see today. I intend to shine my light today. So that's how I pray. And so I really, I love this card, and I love having this conversation because it is one of the biggest shifts that I was able to make that has so opened me up to that, to spirit, to God, to Allah, to that universal love. A little shift here. What do you want to say? Anything before I keep going?
Well, I was going to say, you could have been speaking about my experience with prayer.
Yeah.
And prayer used to be, or it still is to some, asking something outside of yourself for something. When that power is within us, all we are doing is co-creating. We are
Yes.
intending, just like you said.
Yes.
So yes, I'm right there with you.
And you bring up a great point. It's not just about, I intend to do this by myself. I see myself as a co-creator with divine spirit, with God, with whatever that is that you call that, with love, with nature. I know that it's not just about me. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that's I think important to clarify. On top of that, is that whole idea of guides and angels. And for me, I talk about anyone in spirit that loves me unconditionally and is well in spirit. And you taught me that. You were like, you can't just wait for them to do shit for you. And that was really hard for me, because that's, again, how I was raised, that they'll just know when to step in. And I didn't believe you right away. I was like, no, I don't need to ask them. They know. But I've learned and worked with that and practiced that, and now that is my truth. And something interesting I want to talk about real brief, and get your opinion on this, Joanne, because I have had a couple of friends recently that have said, I don't have any guides. I can't get in touch with anybody. And that was the case for me for a while, but then they did start to appear. And with one friend in particular, I got the strong sense that her guides were more natural energies, like the ocean, the stars, trees. And I said, I don't think your guides are necessarily in people form like we think. We're so linear, and I have a name to my guides. I have a group of 5 guides that I call by name. I kind of know who they are. And honestly, do I think that they're these people in spirit? I don't know. I think it's an energy, and maybe those people, because some of them are historic figures. And so, like Ganesh is one of my guides. Well, was Ganesh mythical? You know, I don't know, but I know that energy of Ganesh that is embodied in the you know, the drawings of Ganesh and that elephant figure, you know, so the energies of that guide me, you know. So I think some people are like, oh, I don't have any guides, I can't touch that, but it doesn't have to be like a person, right?
I agree. I agree totally. And if you're drawn to the ocean, you're drawn to the forest, you're drawn to the trees, everything's made of the same source. Everything, from the chair you're sitting in to the person you're speaking to, everything. So if that is the way that you decided you would receive before you came down here, yes. And it isn't solid. You know, that could be the way for a long time. Then all of a sudden, poof, you feel a presence of maybe a more person, you know? So, and it's whatever you're open to. It's whatever and you can feel it. But as far as anybody coming in here without a guide, I would have a hard time with that. I just don't think that someone would put themselves in that position, you know, even if it was just one, and even if it was the water, the nature, whatever it was, you're just not set bereft into this world and then say, I'll find my way. But I do think when people come and work with you, that opens them up to even more. Because this lady that says, I don't have guides, now realizes that she's been supported all this time in a different way than she pictured.
That's a good point.
And that's part of us letting go of the control of all of it. But we have to be open to hearing other stuff. Like you told her what she needed to hear because you heard it for her, and that opened her world up. So it's like, that's the difference between here and what's really real, is that there's not all these parameters. There's not a right and a wrong way. Like the book show something about an octopus where they became kindred souls, you know. Any animal can be your guide, any animal. And you'll feel that connection. You will feel that. That's why people can heal riding horses, because there's some sort of connection there. And of course, there's connections between us and everything, you know. We're all one. But we're in the midst of a huge wake-up call. So people are getting their wake-up calls where they can find them and where they planned them.
This is very good news, Joanne.
Well, you knew it. You brought it in there.
It's time.
Okay. Let's get comfortable. Let's get grounded. First thing, because the chaos that is occurring right now is the chaos before the calm. And so all we need to do is stay very, very solid, very grounded, with our lights on, full powered as we can imagine. So as you see your feet, the roots come from your feet and go into the heart of Mother Gaia. And you see the third leg come down off. It's a funnel that comes down off your tailbone to let go of any residue as we go on this little activation. And you see yourself very solidly. You're very solid. and yet your Christ light is absolutely just, you can't even see yourself hardly. It's so bright, and it's saturating Mother Earth and her inhabitants. And that is our gift. That is our gift and our power. And that's how we're keeping everything positive right now, keeping everything aimed towards the right outcome, which is peace and paradise. And today, as brightly as we are seeing ourselves shining, we're going to look through that. Actually, there's a sweet little door right in front of it you can see, and it looks however you want it to look, and you're going to open that door. And when you open that, your true self is going to come forth into your space. And as brightly as you are shining your light right now, your true self is brighter, taller, bigger, and yet so close to absorbing all of you. You're so close to absorbing all of your true self. Because that's where we're at. That is where we're at this amazing time. We are walking in to our true selves. We are embodying more and more of our Christ self. And our Christ self begins to work through us. And we find there are not problems. Outside problems do not affect us. That is not part of our world. And we are demonstrating living the way we were meant to live. We demonstrate because we stand solid, embodying our Christ self, our true self. And as you take a deep breath, you can feel more and more of yourself fill with who you are. You may even feel taller right this moment. And there's nothing solid, there's nothing that feels heavy about this. This is light and beautiful, like you could take off and fly if you wanted to. You could bilocate if you wanted to. People on this planet do that. It's magic, but it's truth. It's true magic. We live in a magic world. And that's what's happening to our world right now. This chaos that we're holding steady in is about to settle in to the true magic that we came here to be a part of. So take a deep breath. Know that you've become more. You have become more of who you are. You have stepped into a little bit more of your future self. And know that that self, she or he, are right there. You can speak to them. You can ask them for hints about your next step. You can relax and know that if you focus on an end result, you don't have to worry about anything else. You will be guided. Amazing things will come into your life. And you keep your acceptance open. You keep your ego calm. You begin to know this is the way life is meant to be. This is what we came here to bring into this planet. And know that you are setting an example. And there are many simply waiting, watching you. The door has disappeared. There's no longer anything between you and your greater self, your true self. Every single day, every single moment, with your intention, your prayer, you bring more of your true self into you. That's one of the glories of this lifetime, is we get to become who we came here to be and hold it in these bodies. And these bodies become light bodies, youthful bodies. So take a deep breath, knowing that you are the change. You are the change that's happening on this planet this very moment. And that you have all the assistance you need, all around you, within you. And it's more than asking, it's saying, this is what is. This is my intention. We are all one. Take a deep breath. Hold this power within you. Keep it within you. Know that it is your power always, and it simply grows. It's just like love. The more you put out there, the more you have. The more you shine your light, the more you have. There is no lack in this new world. Another deep breath. And as you come back to where you began, you know that you are different. You know that you're holding more of who you are within. And when you look at yourself right now, you'll see that you've got this beautiful, beautiful jeweled tiara on your head. It just showed up. It is a beautiful sign of the fact that we have created a new world for everyone. I love you all. Namaste.